If you're writing your goals down as much as you're smoking your blunts, that thing is going to get programmed in your mind, okay? Yes, I was just like you. My thoughts all on autopilot, dipping into the past and messing up the vibe. And it wasn't until I took control over my mind that I was able to get my vibes back. Here are 3 things that you can start doing today to stop negative thought patterns. See, the thing is, your consciousness creates your reality. The thoughts you entertain the most smoothly enters your scope of reality, and you become a magnet for all of those negative thoughts. And you will find yourself attracting people and situations that reflect them. You're going to have to actively manage your thoughts to positively influence your life and live how you want to live. Your negative thoughts are on autopilot, and that wouldn't be so bad if they weren't outdated. There's nothing wrong with having positive thoughts on autopilot, but when you have your negative thoughts on autopilot, you are creating a force field of the wrong type of magnetism, okay? If you allow your thoughts to run wild, as you continue to evolve and reach for your goals, it's going to limit how you see things. Typically, people allow their thoughts to run rapid because they haven't set aside time to do any self-reflecting or belief building. And then a lot of people depend on addictions, and they use that instant gratification from a cigarette break or a blunt or a good sweet treat. They use that, and that continues to keep them numb. So if you're constantly able to feel pain and then numb it, feel pain and then numb it, you're never getting to the source of the pain. The pain is there to indicate something. Negative thoughts are there because it's clashing against what you should be aligned with, which is wellness. And a lot of the times people avoid pain, and they'll do anything to avoid it because it's painful. It's not, it's horrible. But the thing about it is, people just don't understand the value in observing your pain and not running from it. The value in allowing space for your pain and being able to process those negative thoughts, and more importantly, transmute them. For example, as I began to reach my goals in my own life and evolve, there were still negative thought patterns that were coming up because they were never addressed. There was things about the past that I had not made peace with. But once I learned how powerful the present moment is, how important my concentration and consciousness is in the present moment, I stopped allowing negative thought patterns to run wild. I realized I was missing out on all the great miracles and manifestations that I had already been surrounded by. I wasn't able to fully enjoy because I was wrapped up in negative emotions and negative thoughts simply because I had not taken the time to address them. Once I started managing my thoughts and caring about what was running around wild in my internal environment, then I was able to fully experience inner peace and enjoy the present moment. I felt an immediate boost because of self-acceptance and that alignment that you have when you have the inner peace. If you're ready to put a stop to negative thought patterns, then take notes, because here's 3 things you can do today to put a stop to negative thought patterns. Before I start, I'm your host, Coach Shayla Ma'ad. I am a transformation coach. I post weekly content on personal development. So if you have a vision and you want to break past your limits and transform, I invite you to subscribe and check out the description box where you'll find links to all of my content, the Patreon, one-on-one coaching. And this leads me to number 1. The first thing you can do to put a stop to the negative thought patterns is begin to journal. Now you can grab my 100 Days of Self-Love journal from the description box and use that, or just a simple notebook, as long as you get started and start to practice journaling. Our thoughts are on autopilot. We need to start feeding that machine, which is the subconscious mind, with new affirmations. In order to do that, a lot of times we can do that just by writing. The power of writing is very, very crucial to tap into. The power of writing can change your life. And it's something about when you write things down. So if you begin to practice journaling, you can then also use that same skill of writing and that same habit of writing to start plugging in new affirmations and plugging in new, better thoughts and beliefs just by programming it through writing. Because again, our thoughts being on autopilot is not bad if you're thinking positive thoughts. It's those negative ones that keep us attracting negative people, relationships, and situations. Make time to write in your journal. When you write in your journal, what you're doing is practicing being able to reflect and be observant of your day to day. And that is going to lead you into the practice of writing. And it's something that's special about when you write it down. Practicing writing and journaling can give you the opportunity to start transmuting and upgrading some of those repeated thoughts, because they're going to come up in your day-to-day reflections. You can grab your 100-day of self-love journal. I'll leave a link in the description, and use that journal to start practicing daily reflections. And as you journal daily, you're going to highlight the highest part of the day and the lowest part of the day. Number 2, the second thing that you can do to put a stop to negative thought patterns, to alchemize your vices. What do I mean? Well, we all have addictions. And even though the less addictions, the better, I've created a way where you can use them to benefit you. This is not to promote addictions, but a way to use where you are right now to help you get to where you want to go. So addictions and vices seem to soothe us temporarily from stress and negative thoughts. We go to them for a break, a release. I suggest use your vices and your addictions as rewards, meaning before you can run off and get your favorite Cinnabon, or right a few minutes before you roll up your spliff, if that's an addiction, if this is a vice for you. Instead of grabbing that blunt or that cake, first, do something, one thing that's going to bring you closer to your goals and your desires. You can use my Alchemy pocketbook, which is a small pocket journal that you can take with you on the go, and take 1 minute before you indulge and write maybe your top 5 definite purposes, or a list of things that you're grateful for. What you want to do is earn that smoke break, earn that cheat day, or just basically pair something positive with something negative, if you know what I mean. So you're gonna have to plan it out. If you know you take your smoke breaks at 10:15, then you need to grab that pocket notebook and be ready to write out some affirmations or something to earn that getaway. And even if you're under stress, you can just write down the things that you're stressed out about. But do one thing that's going to get you closer to your goal. So you can use alchemy to help end negative thought patterns. Grab your copy of the Alchemy Pocketbook Journal. I'll leave a link to the description, and use your addictions, vices, and bad habits and align them with good ones like writing. The third way that you can put a stop to negative thought patterns is to start flipping your mistakes into lessons. What I mean by this is, instead of avoiding the pain of the negative thoughts that are happening, start to take time and ask yourself, why do I feel this? What is it that's unsettled within me? It's usually how you're relating to a mistake from the past, or how things went in the past. Once you begin to start flipping these storylines into favorable ones, you will be able to see things better, because you'll be able to develop a sense of inner peace, because you've settled your guilt from mistakes from the past. When you settle that guilt, you are able to be free from those old thoughts, because they're no longer even believable, because you took the time to go in and think about what is it that you feel guilty about that makes you feel and think some of these negative thoughts. The best way to do this is to first realize you are not your mistakes. You are not your mistakes. Mistakes are actions, and they're things that you can learn from. Your negative thought patterns are based on how you see yourself and how you relate to the world around you and to the past. And if you see yourself as a failure based on a mistake, you are not that. Because guess what? If you start to use your mistakes as lessons and lesson plans, then how can you fail? You actually won because you've been successful in using alchemy, which is turning your problems into profits, turning your problems into gold, turning your problems into solutions. You can use the Come to Peace journal for this exercise and keep it with you. It's another journal where you can start to list the mistakes that we make. In life, we're going to make mistakes. The key is to create lessons from those mistakes. And this journal, Come to Peace journal, is going to help you to do just that, because you're going to analyze your choices, see where you went wrong, come to peace with that, and then go the extra step to find out how you can move different in the future and what the moral of the story is. So grab your copy of the Come to Peace journal. The link is in the description. So remember, the 3 ways that you can put a stop to negative thought patterns is to start journaling by making time. The links to all my journals are going to be down in the description. Number 2, earn your addictions until you actually quit smoking or cussing or anything that you need to do to relieve stress. Have your alchemy pocketbook journal with you, or a notepad where you can take a quick moment and do something to bring you closer to your goals by writing them down. It's very habitual. If you have a top 5 things you want to do for 2024 or for the entire month or the year, just repeatedly write it down. So you may have a journal full of the same 5 goals. But if you're writing your goals down as much as you're smoking your blunts, that thing is going to get programmed in your mind, okay? So you're tricking yourself by being able to attach something positive to something negative. Number 3, find the lessons in your mistakes. Don't allow your mistakes to affect your self-image and how you see yourself. See yourself as a winner, an alchemist, someone who was able to flip and make things that were once mistakes wisdom. Know that life is a gift, and it's our jobs to make the most of it. So don't miss out on the present moment and enjoying living life to the fullest because of lack of understanding or lack of inner work. Take the time to do the work and enjoy your life. Remember to check out the descriptions for all of my journals, freebies, and coaching is open one-on-one. Coaching is open at coachmaat.com, and be sure to follow me on all my socials at Coach Maat. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. So remember to subscribe and watch this video, and I'll see you there.